Welcome back to Sepulkrum. Look what I got. Bought this as a not working for parts watch. Look, this just happened. Got a charge sign. That's a good sign. That means this watch was left for dead for a long time. Not even gonna try to charge that battery because that's probably, I haven't even ran the batch code. I don't even know when this watch was made. I'll install one of my old batteries laying around just to make sure that the watch works, clean it up, and then I'll order a new battery. So this is the GW-B5600AR, AR for Adrenaline Red, part of the Adrenaline Red collection. So let's get this bad boy opened. All right, let me get my spring bar tool here. Whoever owned this, I guess, worked in construction that looks like concrete. Concrete or possibly drywall dust. One of the two. One of the two. All right, let me do a quick cleanup here. Wait, none of this dust gets inside when I open it up. Let me get the bezel out. I imagine it's gonna be filthy underneath that bezel. Pretty much. I think it's sheetrock dust. Because if it would have been concrete, it would have been all scratch. And it doesn't appear to be. The glass doesn't appear to be scratch. All right, let's get this back cover out. Tight, loose. Tight, loose. Tight, loose. Tight, loose. I do it this way just to make sure that the screws are not seized and that they won't break. Because if they break, the case is pretty much toast. I think this model was released in 2019, I believe. So 7 years. So if they let it die, that means they really take care of the battery. And see my pick. It looks clean in here, so that means nobody's been in here. Let me see the date code on this. What is it? 19. 19-0, so the 0 or the O means October 2019, October. Let me get a newer battery. All right, so I don't have a new battery or newer battery. I have these two. I think they might still have some charge. This is the one I took out from the 5630, the yellow watch, and the GW-5035. So this is how I keep them, and this is why I keep the old batteries, just to test watches like this. So if it works, if it turns on, let me put it up to the light. Yep, turned on, look. Let me do an AC reset, which is right here. There it is. So these watches need to detect light on the solar panel to turn on. Let me remove the gasket here. Put it like this. So the speaker works. And there it is. It's working. It is working. So this watch does not give me it does not have a battery gauge. Let me show you the module here. And I've mentioned this before. This module is exactly the same as the one found on the GW-B5000, the full metal one. They carry a different number because the B5000 has an STN LCD. And this one obviously does not have an STN. And I think I still have an original STN for one of these watches. And of course the other difference is the internal chip. When you connect it to the app, it detects the module as a 3469 instead of the module number for the B5000. So all right, so now I know that it's working. All I got to do is remove the buttons to do a full cleaning here. Get my little Rodico here. And by the way, if you didn't know, this watch uses same size button on all four, right? But this little guy here is the same button found on the DW5600 on the adjust side. You see how little it is? It's the same button on the DW5600 adjust, the little one on that watch. That means you could install the big DW56 buttons, but they're gonna stick out too much from the bezel. There is a DW5600 that came with red letters. I wonder why they didn't do that here. Weird. Could have added the red letters to go with the theme. And I think I have one of those bezels. So let me continue taking this apart. I'm gonna clean it up and I'll be back. Check it out. Came out pretty clean. It still has some scratches and the bands also, but it came out pretty clean. I do have a new set from one of my other B5600 in perfect brand new condition, but I'm going to install this one. I did have to remove the glass to really clean up this case, as you can see. So the way you put this back is you install the solar panel, which I have it right here, the solar panel. Then you do the diffuser, packing seal, and then the glass. Glass looks very nice. New O-ring. That's the part number. And I wanted to show you something. I might install this bezel. It's from the GW-B5600SL-4. That's Sand and Land series. You've seen on my other video the Sand and Land that looks like desert. I guess this one is either, what is it, mud or like a volcano or something. It might look good with the red LCD. I also have it red, but it might be too much red. And this is the other one that has the red letters. This one is damaged though. I got a brand new one on another watch. You can see it right here. It's from a B5600AR. That's the part number 10535688. You can see it's damaged right here from an old watch. So I have a video on how to remove and install the glass on one of these watches. So I'm gonna install this, and also I got a newer battery. I found a newer battery, 221P, January 2022. Until I receive new batteries, they come in that'll hold. In the meantime, they should be here by the end of the week. So let me put this back together, and I'll be back. Check it out. What do you think? Don't like that orange, but visibility not that great with that negative red, but this is more of a showpiece. Remember, I bought this as damage for parts. Oh, did you see the black buttons? They're actually not for this watch. I thought I had black buttons for this watch. I had a set of gold left. You could buy black buttons for this watch on AliExpress. These are actually buttons for a GW-M5610. I got another set right there. I don't know if they're discontinued. That's the part number right there, 104-65501. I have another set right here. And they do stick out a little bit more because the 5610 have the head of the button, or it's larger. Not wider, larger. The stem, the part that goes inside the watch, is the same. So the water resistant is not damaged. And I also use black screws here, as you can see. I've mentioned before in the channel, but if you're new, you can jump into eBay or AliExpress and look for 1.4 millimeter by 4 millimeter, and it'll fit these watches and the DW 5600 and these. I think these are the same. Without damaging the case. Because when you buy a case on AliExpress, they come with a flathead screw that is way bigger than the watch can accept. And if you force it, you're going to open up the hole. And then if you want to go back to the original, the screw, it's not going to work. So 1.4 millimeter by 4 millimeter. And you can buy any color of screw that you want. I think I like it. Check out the light. You see that? This is gonna sit on my wall display box, and I think it's gonna look pretty nice there. That's gonna be it. Thank you for watching. Peace out.